Two new rockets launching within 15 minutes of each other is the coolest thing that could ever happen to us spaceflight fans. The Ariane 6 and the Vulcan Centaur put on a rare double header and also a reignition of passion for spaceflight in case you have been bored out of your mind. This and more for your Space Pod for August 15th, 2025. Hello and welcome to Orbital Edge News. I'm Chad and I will be covering for the team this week because we've kind of been on overdrive. United Launch Alliance, or ULA, their new Vulcan Centaur rocket finally launched its first Space Force payload. This is Vulcan's third launch in 1.5 years and also the start of an increased launch cadence. Liftoff was originally 7:59 p.m. Eastern Time, however some issue cropped up which pushed it back an hour. This also gave the Ariane 6 the go for launch before the Vulcan. This created a 19-minute gap in between both launches, creating a headache for some live launch coverage streamers such as Spaceflight Now and NASA Spaceflight to simultaneously cover both launches. Hats off to you guys, wow. This launch occurred on August 12th at 8:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You can see here the twin BE-4 engines spitting fire on the pad as it lifts off with the new VC4S configuration, which means V for Vulcan, C for Centaur upper stage, the number 4 indicating 4 GEM 63X solid boosters, and S for the standard fairing length. The larger fairing would use the denotation of L, however this launch did not need this. The ultra incredible solid booster jettison seen here in this footage was a pleasure to see, and of course, the signature blue glow of the BE-4 engines taking the launch vehicle away into the night. Okay, you wanted me to talk about the Ariane 6. Well, here's the deal. This was originally supposed to launch after the Vulcan, but for those not keeping track, this is Ariane 6's second launch. This rocket is powered by a single Vulcan engine, almost pun intended since we just talked about the Vulcan launch. The Ariane 6 lifted off at 0:37 Universal Coordinated Time, or 2:37 a.m. Central Eastern Standard Time on August 13th from the European spaceport in Kourou. After the dramatic punching of the pad, the Ariane 6, as with all ESA rockets, takes off like a bat out of hell. Now, this is the 2-booster configuration as opposed to the 4 version, but the extra 2 are not necessary since the rocket either needs to pitch over sooner or the payload mass is not requiring it. If someone has more information on that, please let us know down below. The VA-264 mission supports a critical environmental mission with its METOP SGA-1 satellite, which is the first insertion of the next-gen polar orbiting weather satellites. This satellite has 6 primary instruments, including the Copernicus Sentinel 5 atmospheric monitoring package. Other instruments on board are the sounding and imaging instruments that will provide optical, infrared, and microwave observations for effective weather forecasting, climate monitoring, and a wide array of other services. Airbus Defence and Space sponsored the Copernicus spacecraft, while the METOP was a joint program with the NOAA and European Space Agency, or ESA. I hope you're excited again about space, and we all should. I'm excited to see these new 2 rockets not only compete in the general launch market, but also launch more often. I hope this news gets you more stoked for what's coming ahead. Just something about a different launch like Vulcan gives me that feeling of seeing a launch for the first time again. And that is what spaceflight is all about. Make sure you are subscribed here because we have a flood of content coming and you don't want to also miss the next time we have a show. Thank you all for watching, and again, I'm your host Chad, and I will see you out on the launch pad.